there, magical people. Hexa here on Natural Witchery with 12 ways to reinvigorate your practice. So last night, as I was rolling over this idea, which I thought up 2 months ago and put on my calendar to do, I looked and saw that AnnMaddox, that cheeky little witch, had posted a video yesterday just like this. So anyway, now you have even more to go on. I've got 12 ideas for you over 5 different categories, like different ways of witching it out and reinvigorating your magical practice. There's timestamps down below. We're gonna whip on through this really quickly. Most of these don't cost you anything, and I always urge you to reduce, reuse, and recycle whenever possible. So let's jump on in and see how you can sparkle and shine even more this year. Category number 1 is divination, one of my favorite witchy practices. So maybe you're not good at this, maybe you are. I encourage you to grab that deck that you've been meaning to get to, the one that you bought, that maybe you're not that in tune with, that challenges you a little bit because it kind of shakes up the energy and it gets you out of what you've already been doing. Trying to use that card a day practice as a really simple way of asking, how can I put more magic into my day? Just don't make it a thing. Don't make it a thing, or you won't do it. Just while you're like slogging that coffee down, half asleep in the morning, grab that deck. I've got this one it's brand new and it's very challenging for me to use. Grab that deck, ask, how can I put more magic into my day? I'll probably only use this one once a week. And flip a card over and then just go for it. You could read the book if you need to, or just kind of intuitively go with the card. Idea number 2 is to try out a new way of reading your cards. So maybe that means shuffling completely different. So maybe you're gonna shuffle overhand or not even shuffle and fan out and choose a card that way. Maybe you're gonna choose the card by just simply shuffling and turning the deck over. Maybe you're gonna cut the deck. You're not even gonna shuffle, just gonna cut the deck. Try doing something really different with your divination that gets you out of the same old way you've been doing it, because it can really invigorate you. Number 3 is to pick up a new kind of divination, such as runes or ogham. Some of you may have gotten some runes at some point, or an ogham set that came in a witchy box to you. I know I have one of those. The cool thing is that you don't actually need to buy a set. You can make your own, which is its own witchy practice in itself. And that brings me to my second category, which is to study something. In that vein of rune or ogham, every time you make one of those cards for divination, you study it. Really simple, doesn't take a lot of forethought, but it really can be very rewarding and open you up by using your creative self and making the cards themselves for divination, and then the study as well. You can design your own course of study by maybe looking at your book collection. What 3 books go together that I've been wanting to read, and I'm going to aim to do that this year. You might be surprised how each one feeds into the next, and you find yourself studying something completely new. I also want to suggest that a fresh course of study could be rereading something from your past, like a book that really inspired you way back when. Sometimes when I go back and read these old classics, I just see them from a completely different angle, and they spark something new and fresh in me, and they reinvigorate my practice. They do this by being fresh, but they also do this by reminding me how far I've come and how much I already know. I think we're on idea number 6. Yeah, number 6 would be to actually sign up for a course. There are lots of courses out there to sign up for, and they don't have to be very expensive. Shameless plug here. I have courses too, but I also do freebies. I actually did a free thing this morning where we gathered online and we did some work together. If you're interested in my freebies, you can go to my website, which is tarotandwitchery.com, and scroll down. I have a bunch of different free things I'm doing. I have a book club, I have a Discord for magical discussions, I have these free courses that I do from time to time, and I also have my paid courses on there. Category number 3, shake it up with surprises. Adding something that's unpredictable into your practice, I think, can be kind of cool. It's like this little magical surprise that comes along and makes you think about things really differently. And for this, I really love bibliomancy. I know this is over on the divination side, so I'm kind of skating this one, but I put it in Shake It Up because you can go to your bookshelf, allow your magical self to reach out and see if a book is illuminated, if it stands out, if it's the one that draws you, if the title is catchy, whatever it is that draws you to that book, and just asking yourself, again, asking, you know, if you really want something in your practice, then you want to be asking for it. We're magical practitioners, right? We are using our will to influence the outcome in this world and create the life that we want. So use that will by asking in trust and faith, either your higher self or your deities, to speak to you, and then open up that book and then see what your eyes land on the page, and taking it for what it is, a magical surprise. What is in those words for you in the day, and then carry it throughout the day or the evening or the next day or the week and see how it shakes things up. Another way to bring magical surprises into your practice is by getting a witchy subscription box. And this month, I received this box from the Spellbound Society, the Spellbound Society mystery box. And there are so many wonderful things inside this box. This was sent to me for review. I have had other witchy subscription boxes over the years, and they all have different things that they bring to the table. I will say this is the first subscription box that I've ever gotten where I will use everything in this box. I had this moon calendar that came in it. I was just saying that I wanted one of these, and here it came. It's in my regular planner, so I have it at the beginning to constantly refer to, like, so practical. The things I got in here were very inspirational, beautiful. The artwork is absolutely lovely in this box. There were scents, candles, just, it really was like this little wink, this little surprise, and it felt so good to get in the mail. There's a little spell kit in it that I will use at some point. I don't know that I will do the exact spell that's in there, but you might want something like this. I really think having something like this that comes to your door, that's like this gift that you get and you unpack, that's like this surprise that infuses you with things that you might not have thought about doing or even being at that time, helps to reinvigorate your magical practice. The next box is available for purchase, and if you put Natural Witchery in the code box, you will get a free gift on top of the regular box. So that's kind of cool. Category number 4, clean it up. Oh my goodness, it's that time of the year. It's always that time of the year, isn't it? When it's time to clean it up. I think that we can all get to where things just get kind of miasmic. I don't know if that's a word. I just made that up, but the miasma has kind of settled into our home and is just kind of collected in places. So cleanse your house, you know, open up all the doors and windows and do what you do to drive it out. This month in my woodland path, we are discussing cleansing through sound and just the power of that. So try sound or smoke or herbs or chanting or prayer, essential oils, even the good old sweep and mop the floor, you know, clean off all the surfaces and get rid of junk, just the junk that's laying around. Which brings me to the next one, which is, oh my goodness, clean your altar or altars. Hey, a good working altar really is dirty, messy because it's been worked with, but there just comes a time when we need to clean our altar. We need to go ahead and take stuff off of it, get rid of things, clean it out, take off all the old nasty stuff that's just kind of full of old energy. Sprucing up your altar can draw your attention back to the sacred spaces in your home and really get you moving, thinking in the way of, how can I really work with my altar at this point? What would I like to do now? How can I honor my deities? What needs to go? What needs to stay? What should I add? What is just no longer me or doesn't feel right for this season of who I am? And what does feel right? All of these questions are about doing the work of being present with ourselves, and that's going to get you back to feeling more magical and more invigorated. And this brings me to my last category, which is call it in. Along the lines of altars, I want to say, make a new altar to call it in. Altars, again, are our working sacred space, the space that we engage with the magical world with. So create an altar just for this. What physical representations can you put in this sacred space to mirror the magical self-image of yourself and this year and way of being can you find already around your house? try not to buy more stuff, because that just is a way of distracting ourselves from being present with who we are. You can put a petition on that altar that you come back to again and repeat. You can have a candle that you light on that altar every single day or once a week, and simply meditate on your practice and what needs to happen. Maybe you want to put a new deity out on that altar to assist you. Again, ask. Create a visual representation of what it is that you want to call in this year in your magical practice, and be committed to revisiting that space over and over again and grounding yourself in its energy. Lastly, and I'm big on these, make a talisman. Talismans are used to attract energy. I love pouches. Pouches are so easy. Come on, you've got an old t-shirt that you're throwing out, or a scrap of something, or an old organza bag that thing you got came in that you can use. Use the herbs that you have. You can create a petition that goes in there. You can put stones that you have around the house. Whatever it is, go ahead and allow yourself to create a talisman that you put in your purse, or again on your altar. You could charge it on your altar and then take it out with you, and come back and charge it again on your altar and take it out with you. You could put one in your car and hang it from your rear view mirror. We spend a lot of time traveling, and I spend a lot of time thinking in my car. So having that talisman somewhere where it's visual to keep re-triggering me to engage with this magic is going to reinforce the energy that I'm putting out and the ways in which I'm communicating my desires for this time in my life. If you made it all the way this far, go ahead and put some stars down below and tell me something that you're excited about in your magical practice, or something that you want to pursue that excites you. And until we meet again, don't make it a big deal. Just do the simple thing that ignites the spark in you right now.